Ya babooey. Ya bababoo. Oh, my bad. Oh. Changed the mood of the song instantly. Okay, so...
What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes?
What does EYES spell?
Okay, time to work on some motions. My bad. Okay, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the grass. Yeah, I don't need the grass. I'm going to get rid of camera 2. I don't need that one. I don't know why I even had it in the first place. Yeah. Cool. Where's my mic sitting relative to the sound of
Okay,
the
what
animation
does
and whatnot?
YES spell?
Yes.
I don't...
What does EYES
Yeah,
spell?
that's about
Yes.
right. Okay, never mind then.
Yes.
So I'm going to get rid of the previous animation that I did. I feel like I'm just going to start from scratch again. Oh, cool.
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
Okay, and now I'm going to set up right Mac. I'm also just going to get rid of the gobos there, so I have a more clear view of what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna like animate this like you're supposed to. So I'm actually gonna like block out her motions, block out his motions, and all that sort of stuff, and do like animation passes and shit. So like what you're actually supposed to do. Maybe. We'll see. Ooh. Looks like that's gonna be how it has to be. Oh, this is the song. I was legitimately just about to drink this cup of sugar. already.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What does okay? What does y? Okay. What does YES? Okay. What does okay? What does y?
I also have a coffee.
Stop these woes, it matters to me. I can't stand what you call living free. Jet Set Radio is the voice the liberal Bolshevism calls in. Start with the disco and start living free. remember the days when you turned on TV, you would say Daft Punk was our destiny. Now, music comes from a business decree. Stop with the bullshit and start living free.
Don't see Clinton in the house. I kill people with my spouse. Like John did in laws. I did drop bombs on those living in a poorhouse. Excuse me, can I get into your boss?
Here we go. I was like, this song, It's a bit of a weird choice, to be honest.
Okay, what does Y-E... What does... Y-E-S... Okay, what does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
Y-E-S... Y-E-S... Y-E-S spell. What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
E-S... E-S spell.
Yeah.
What spell? E-S spell.
Yes.
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y...
Yes. Yes.
E- What does E-Y-E-S?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. 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 Yes.
What does E-Y... What does... spell? What does... What... What does E-Y-E... What does... E...
Yeah.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
E-Y-E-S spell. E-Y-E-S. E-S spell.
Yes.
E-S spell.
Yes.
E-Y-E-S spell.
Yes. Yes.
What does EY? What does EY? Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EY? What does E? What does E? What does What does EYES spell? Yes. Spell.
Yes. What is happening?
What does what does EYES? Yes. What does EYES spell?
Yes. Yeah.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does
I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm having such a good time.
EYES spell? Yes spell.
Yes. 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 What is happening?
What does
Yes.
stop?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just gonna be coughing the entire time.
Yes. What is happening?
Disgusting.
Yep. Yes. What? Yeah.
Spell.
Yes. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening?
Wait.
What is happening?
Okay. What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening? 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 What is happening?
I just love this music so goddamn much. God damn. How's it going? I see you there. At least that is if YouTube isn't lying to me about the fact that there's one concurrent viewer. Don't be shy, you can comment, it's fine. But at the same time, you don't have to. I don't want you to feel obligated or anything. Which is a bit of an ironic statement, isn't it? My show of, I would say, politeness in saying, oh, you don't have to do the thing, is kind of, would be compelling to someone who is also polite to say something like, oh, well, since he's being polite and saying I don't have to, I guess I'm obliged to now. Hey. So, would it be the more polite thing to say you don't have to, or would it be the more polite thing to not say that? Because then there's no initial moment of politeness from me to have to force you to respond with that same level of politeness in order to make sure that my initial politeness didn't go in vain. But to use politeness in such a way to be manipulative kind of countermands the act of what being polite actually is. So the idea is that you offer these politenesses without any expectation that you're going to get anything in return. And so, yeah. So I guess that's just the case, I suppose. My bad. Again, I'm just at the end of COVID, so. But I'm still alive. So fuck you, COVID. Look at her. I might actually bring her a little bit closer.
happening? What is happening?
What does Y-E...
Yes. What is happening? What is What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does...
What are you doing?
Okay, try again. What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
This animation gives me life.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does...
What are you doing?
Okay, try again. What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Ease.
Ease.
AS. You're making
I
me.
can't breathe. Okay.
EYES. Yes. What?
Say it again. What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What? You're making me cry. What?
E-Y-E-S.
EYE. Eyes. What? You're making me cry. What?
E-Y-E-S.
EYE. Eyes.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes. What is happening? Happening.
What does...
Happening. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does this...
what does
What is happening? What is happening?
What does YES?
Hey, hey, hey! It's Ilya. Ilya Yakimov. How's it going? Как дела? That is if you speak Russian. I know you. Oh, you use the Cyrillic alphabet. I'm not sure if that's Russian. Хорошо. That is if I think that means what I think it means. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that would be what I think it means. So that is the anglicized form of just fine. Like, yeah, I'm not too bad. No, yeah, I'm pretty good. Хорошо. I know very limited Russian, like the type of Russian that I learnt from doing Duolingo for about 2 weeks and then forgetting about it. I can read Cyrillic, I know that much, but I don't know, like, I can't, like, understand it, if that makes any sense. That's why I knew how to... Ilya is your name. But, like, the little B looking letter, that's, like, the second last one in your first name there. That's the only letter that I'm like, what is that even? Because, like, to me it seems like it's kind of like a breathless vocalization or something like that. It's like a... sort of... I don't know how it modifies letters. That's the thing that I'm confused at. So you said da, ti, что? That's it. That's what you said. Yeah, that's it. Because da is yeah, ti. Oh. But ti is you. And is that's not damn it. That's not huh. Because that's что. So what? And I'm fortunate to live in an age where I can... What are you? Huh. T. I am Australian. So I completely didn't get the initial meaning of that word, so I don't know much that is. But then the other thing that I really love about different languages is that, like, the direct translation of a lot of the words don't exactly correlate with the context that you wish to use them in. And that's the sort of thing that you can only really get if you fully learn the language. And when you have a teacher that is not only fluent but also native in that language, because there's a lot of contextual clues that you get that you can't get if you just do a rote translation from that language to your own. There's a lot of different uses of words. Like, if I'm to be really crass at the moment, going from English to French, because that's the crass bit. We use, like, fuck it Like that phrase, fuck it. Like, you know, it's a sort of, we use that in the terms of like, I don't care about this anymore. Just move on. Let's just move on. Fuck it. Like, just whatever. That sort of aspect. But you can't use the exact translation in French, because the way that they use, or the way that they would do the same thing, is to say merde, merde, and that exact translation is shit. Merde is shit in French, but they use that in the same way that Australian, at least, would use fuck it. And even though that they're both swear words, but they're used in both completely different swear words, but they're used in the same context, or in a similar context at least. I haven't actually spoken to a French person to know, but I just translate it in Google Translate. And I'm like, wait, that's not the F word, that's the S word. So you only get those little differences by actually talking and learning the language from someone who speaks it natively. And the other part is that I always find interesting is that you learn different dialects of the same language depending on where you've learnt it as well, or where the origin of your teacher is. So you said Trudno da. I don't know what that means. Difficult. Trudno is difficult. Yeah. So the D and the A. I know that on its own in isolation is yes, but it seems like it's used in like different contexts. I mean, the first one is like date что. Hard yes. It is hard. So that's another thing. Like that's the other thing when it comes to the other colloquialisms, because I hear hard yes and I'm like, that is an absolute solid confirmation for me. That's a hard yes, or a solid yes. Like, that's absolutely. But that could also just mean that there's a lot of differences. Like, I know that Russian doesn't have any articles, so no a, the, and whatnot, that sort of thing. But the other, I think the way that you're supposed to say that is like, it is hard, yes. It is hard, comma, yes. And I think, yeah. I think any language is difficult. People say that, like, oh, you know, for an English speaker, Japanese is very difficult, or Russian is very difficult because you use a different alphabet, and you're like, oh. But when it comes down to it, speaking in any language is difficult. It's really difficult. The only difference it makes when it comes to learning a different language is how close it already is to your own language. So someone speaking German could probably learn Dutch pretty well, because those languages are very close. Someone speaking Spanish could probably speak Portuguese, or learn to speak Portuguese pretty well. Someone speaking Czech could learn to speak Russian and all the Stan languages as well, pretty closely as well. Because of how close those languages are together. But someone who's only knows German probably wouldn't be able to hold a conversation with someone who only knows Dutch. And someone who grew up in Berlin probably wouldn't be able to hold someone who speaks Berlin German probably wouldn't be able to have a decent conversation with someone who speaks Austrian German, you know? Like, or at least they would be able to have a conversation, but there'd be a lot of like colloquialisms and localizations of things that just wouldn't translate properly. The big difference is that someone, you know, going from, say, Germany to Austria, the two would be able to communicate to ask the question, what do you mean by this word? And then they can get the idea from that word to the other head, so that the person goes, okay, I now know what you mean by that word. And that's the biggest thing. As soon as you can learn how to ask, what do you mean by this, in the language you're trying to learn, and have them explain it to you using words you already know, then that's when you can start learning to actually do the language properly. That's the crucial thing. Like in Spanish, ¿qué se dice amarillo? ¿Qué se dice amarillo? No, that's ¿qué se dice yellow in español? Amarillo. But the other thing is ¿qué de la amarillo? Because ¿qué se dice is how do you say? ¿Por qué se dice? But yeah, you understand what I'm sort of trying to rotate towards. As soon as you learn how to ask what words mean in the language you're trying to learn, and have them explain it to you using simple words. Yes, 5 minutes of Quillo's learning, yeah. That's why I stream, I teach people. Teach people anything that's not animation. But yeah. A TED talk that I had seen that I really, really appreciate was someone who was saying, like, this is how you can learn a language in 7 months. But of course, the actual time it takes for individuals to learn a language is different between each individual, of course. But the main thing that he said is that you need to find a native speaker who can be your language parent. And the language parent is specifically there to teach you the language in a way that they would teach a child. Pick up like the little, you know, it's going to be demeaning, but you have to learn to read the books that you give to like a 3-year-old to start learning your language. Learn to read those books, and then ask questions using the words that you learn in those books, and then you'd be able to gather and store information to be able to learn those other languages. So, and then all the rest of it just comes from practice. Pardon me, by the way. I am on the upswing of COVID, so there's going to be intermittent coughing is probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, and like the other part is as well, is that one thing that is continuously amazing for me to just conceptualize is the fact that, you know, there's all these people, hang on a sec. Oh, that's the other, yeah, that's the other Bright Max body, no, yeah, there we go. There's a smaller Bright Mac inside Bright Mac. I completely forgot. I didn't even see that scene, so that's a good thing then. Pardon me. Oh yeah, that's right, because that's the overly enhanced head model there. So I just need to make sure I get rid of those at the end. But yeah, but anyway, the thing that I always find so fascinating about people who do speak multiple languages is not only are they able to conceptualize of different methods of communicating ideas between more minds. That's the access of your ideas to other people's minds is much greater than what it would be if you'd only speak one language. That's like one of the big things about speaking different languages. But the other thing is as well is that it's always amusing to me when it's both amusing and disheartening when people apologize for not being able to speak the language that they're learning properly. So when people say, sorry, my English isn't that good, You know, I'm natively Russian, for instance. My English isn't that good. And I'm like, you're able to convey the fact that not only are you speaking to me in a second language, that you had learnt this language, but that you are able to convey the fact that you are not super experienced in the language you are currently speaking at to me. Sorry, you're currently speaking in to me, but you're also able to alliterate your own ideas to get those into my brain using the language that I know and you aren't like native in. That is fantastic. That is the ultimate use of language. So if you're able to convey an idea from your brain to someone else's, you know the language. Fantastic. That's great. That's kind of like the minimum requirement for knowing that second language. So if you're able to put an idea from your brain into someone else's, that's good. The only time when it gets a bit confusing, of course, is when you use like words where they're not supposed to be, sort of thing. So like, I can read or low translate English. So I think your use of low there, you meant to say something like sort of translate, or like you can slightly translate, which means that what I'm getting from that is that yes, whilst you do understand English to a point, you're not that best at it, for instance. And you can read English, but to translate between the two? That's another thing that's different. But yeah, definitely, if someone says, oh mate, if someone like taunts you for not speaking your second language the best, then that guy's a dickhead. There's no two ways about it. Like, you're talking in a language that you'd learnt, and it's like, it's good that you can, you know? So yeah, I mean, you're doing pretty well at the moment. Does Applejack cover her mouth a lot when she laughs? She likes to raise her hoof. But she also rears back as well. Yes? I've not been looking at my phone. I did not. I mean,
$60.
fuck off.
Or 40 with their
with their $20 off. That's hilarious. That's up.
Remember from that school, like, is or probably is a crackhead.
Yeah. Is or has been or probably will be a crackhead. Actually, I think I did just get that message. Yeah, I did. Do you want to go give him more COVID? Oh, true. We could do that for your birthday. Yeah, go see all the dickheads that I specifically never wanted to see again.
Oh, right. I wonder if that teacher that beat you up is still there.
He was at Benoa.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
Mr. Heaton.
Fucking chapel and cross country. That's all I remember from it.
Yeah. Chapel, how annoyingly hot it was in that room, how I tried to control the soundboard and do the lighting and things. That moment where we did a presentation in our class and I had to sit at the slow-ass computer waiting for like 20 minutes for the PowerPoint that I created to load up. And there was just silence and the guys were in the field, like waiting to start. And I'm like, so yeah, those were good days, in other words. I never wanted to experience. They were so good. I only wanted to experience them once.
I wouldn't want it to get boring.
No, I wouldn't want it to get boring. One of the other traps that you can get into, at least that I noticed that I was getting into when I was learning Spanish, for instance. Yo aprendí español por 2 años, pero no puedo recordar la mayoría de mis clases en español. One thing that I got into the trap of when learning Spanish was the fact that, what's the song called? I love this song. Baphomet, yeah, that's one. One of the traps that I got into was trying to directly translate the English phrase that I'm trying to say in my head into Spanish. So getting the exact translations of the words and maybe applying a bit of the grammar that we learned, trying to get that and then turn it into Spanish and then say it out loud. That's the adult way of learning languages. You base it off of what you've already learned, you directly translate it, and then you put it out into the world. But what you need to do instead is get the concept of what you're trying to say, get the concept out of any language, like imagine the concept without putting any of your language on it at all, and then try to describe that in the language you're trying to learn. That's the native way of speaking it. You always think about, you have the thought idea of like, what does the inner voice of the Spanish person sound like? And it's like, well, it sounds like Spanish, right? Well, not really, no. They think of the thing they're trying to conceptualize, and then they explain it through Spanish. Or they explain it in their mind through Spanish. Mamma mia, pizza pasta. But that's the thing. So when you're trying to conceptualize of something, so I'm thinking of, say, a house with a green door. A house with a green door. That's an image I have in my brain. But try not to think of it in your language or however it is as the text, a house with a green door. Try to picture, that is if you don't have a Fantasia, try to picture the house with the green door and try to go about explaining it in the new language that you want to say. So in Spanish, it's una casa con puerta verde. Una casa con una puerta verde. So, it's a house with a green door. But they say it's a house. It's one house, or it's a house. Puerta is la puerta, yeah. Is a house with door green. With a door green, essentially, is what is the exact translation. But with the grammar, it's puerta verde. It's door green. It's not green door, it's door. The object comes first, and then green. That's just the thing about like thing about the translation things. I'm still in that stage where I have to think of it in English and then translate it in Spanish. But when you actually get to the point where you just go straight from the idea to the language you're trying to speak of, that's when you're fluent in it. And that's when it's like, yeah. Nice to meet you, Resident Eddie. Yeah, that's quick. that's low latency setting. Ultra low latency is about 3 or 4 seconds. But yeah, it takes a bit of time for text to go from when you type it to when it goes to the screen. So just be mindful of that. So if I only respond to your thing after about 10 seconds, then it's like, huh. And then you'll only be able to respond to the thing that I responded to 10 seconds after I said it in your perspective, because remember, when I say it, it's going to be 10 seconds before it goes to the stream, and then you respond to that, and it's going to be 10 seconds before I'm able to see your response. So a total of 20 seconds is going to be in between the things. Yeah, it's around 10 seconds. Sorry. Yeah, ultra low latency is about 3 or 4 seconds, but it's going to be a lot less quality. It's a lot better than normal latency, which is about like 30 seconds or so, or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah. Yes, she sounds like a rubber ducky. Yeah. I managed to pick up together what you'd said, or a vuvuzela, one of the two.
What does
That's what I got so far.
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
It's good. This is very good. So I'll show you what the full lip sync that I've done so far is. I'll start from the beginning. This like I'm having so much fun with this animation here. Let's go ahead and put the scenic lights on. There we go. Oh, and the grass too. Cool. So here we go.
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you crying for?
What does it...
What are you doing?
Okay, try again. What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Ease. AS. You're making
I
me.
can't breathe. Okay.
EYES. Yes.
She's covering her mouth here.
What?
Say it again. What does EYES spell?
Yes. What? You're making me cry. What?
EYES.
EYE. Eyes.
Yeah, so that's the lip sync I've managed to do so far. I completed it 2 live streams ago, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited for this animation. God damn! But yes, pardon me again. But yeah, woo-wee. Making bacon. Anyway. So my headcanon for this animation, like I listened to the original clip and I heard.
What is happening?
Not this one.
What does YES spell?
Yeah. What are you crying for?
That's the one. I heard this
What are you crying for?
and I listened to it and I'm like, that sounds like Bright Mac. It sounds so much like Bright Mac. And then of course, you know, it doesn't hurt that the lady in the animation as well sounds like Pear Butter a little bit. But what are you crying for? And I'm like, that either sounds like Bright Mac or Big Mac. And I'm like, and I'm like, no, it could be Bright Mac. And then just thought about it in the last stream. Now, from now on, like from this moment in their time space from now on, Bright Mac is going to, at some times, at some random points of the day, say, whenever Pear Butter asks him something, he's gonna go, yes. And she's gonna, like, smile and laugh about it. And he's gonna be like, yes, anytime he says things, just because it's a funny in-joke that they now have from that moment. Then Pear Butter has Big Mac. Big Mac hears Bright Mac say, yes, a lot, making Pear Butter laugh. And so Big Mac grows up and starts saying, yep. And that's where that came from. That's my headcanon for this. And so that's why Big Mac says, yep, because it reminds him of his dad.
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
Yes.
What is happening?
What does YE?
What is happening?
What
Yeah, I'm probably going to be not streaming by the time you wake up. I'm going to be about another 30 minutes. So have a good sleep. Definitely have a good sleep. But, you know, if you're able to join me next week in about 8 days, then I'll see you then. But, yeah, I'm only going to be streaming for another 30 minutes or so. Don't rush yourself today. But have a look at my server, which the Discord link is in the description, and you know, join in, ask for a role, and I'll be posting anytime I'm doing another stream on there, and then I'll also be posting the link to the next stream, which will tell you what time and what day it's going to be streaming at, on YouTube itself. So just keep your eyes out for that, and yeah, have a good sleep.
What does Y? What does? What?
Yeah, neither can I, honestly. I can't wait to see the final product either, because it's yeah, it's well, I'm looking forward to it.
What? What? What does YES spell? What does YES spell? What does YES spell? What does?
Yeah.
E-
In this stream, I'm gonna try and get up to when Brightmax says
YES spell.
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
not that,
What does?
but this.
What do you do?
Okay.
So what do you do? Because here,
What are you crying for?
What does?
at this point, she's gonna like lean forward and start hugging him, because she just can't. She's overloaded with bloody laughing and shit. She can't stay upright, so she's gonna lean forward and hug him, and that's when he says,
What do you do?
"What do you do?" But when she breathes in,
What do you do?
Okay.
she's gonna lean back. But the reason why I'm gonna go up to that point is because I'm gonna need to make sure I do his reactionary movements beforehand, which means I need to do all of his animation, or all of his blocking up to that point, so that I'm actually able to know where he is, so I can react and whatnot. So yeah, she's going to kind of dive forward and start hugging him, and he's gonna be like, "What do you do?" And then at this point,
What do you do?
Okay. Try again.
when she says "try again," I'm gonna make her scoot forward a bit, because I just find that that's the immediate action that I had in my brain when I saw Pear Butter's lip sync to that. That was the immediate motion that I had in my brain where she's like, okay, try again. So she readjusts herself closer. And it's gonna be fucking adorable, mate. It's gonna be adorable. God! Anyway.
ES spell.
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does YES spell? What does YES spell?
Yeah.
Spell. S.
Cess.
ES spell?
Yes.
YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell? What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's my headcanon for this animation. Like, that actually took place, and now Bright Mac says yes, and he, like, as a casual thing to make Pear Butter laugh, and then when Big Mac is there, he grows up hearing Bright Mac say yes, and then seeing Pear Butter laugh, and so that's why Big Mac grows up to say yep. So it's the dawn.
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does E?
Yes. Yes.
Look at that face. No, look at that face.
Spell?
Yes.
What does
Yes.
what?
Yes. Yes.
What does EYES spell? What does EYES?
This is another one of my favorite songs of his. This is Firestarter, isn't it? Yeah, it's Firestarter. Yeah.
Yes.
Such a good song. Fucking hell. So, this artist that made these songs is named CRT Head. He's a Russian. He's a Russian music creator. Unfortunately, he's got his entire discography on Bandcamp, but unfortunately, sanctions means he can't get any money, which is a big shame, honestly. But outside of that, before all of this happened, I ended up buying his entire discography for about $20 US, because Seth Sintark used one of his songs at the end of one of his videos, his Endless Space video, his Endless Space 2 video. And I was like, this guy's this is a fucking prophet, holy shit. I went to his Bandcamp from Seth's video, and then Firestarter started playing it. I'm like, holy fuck, I love this music, and I bought the entire discography. Just from those two songs. I'm like, those two songs alone are worth $20 US. So.
Yes. 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 Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell? E-Y-E-S spell? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it...
What are you doing?
Okay. E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
I might have to actually move her closer. I could also move Brightmac closer as well. Very good.
Okay. Okay. What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it...
What are you doing?
Okay, try again.
Hello, Stephen. Stephen? You even spell your name correctly. I find that amusing. Stephen Roberts is your name. My name's Stephen. My brother's named Robert. It's a match made in heaven.
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. Yes.
Stop these woes.
It's not my favorite song of his. What's this one? Sound Layer. And the other thing that I have noticed, or at least I'm pretty sure it happens, is that Applejack usually covers her mouth when she laughs, or at least she does cover her mouth when she laughs. At least she did at one point. So, seriously. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, that's probably it. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, so Applejack covers her mouth when she laughs sometimes, and I'm gonna make that a tick for, or at least a thing that Pear Butter does. So she covers her mouth a lot when she laughs. That's my...
Yeah. Yes. Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it...
What are you doing?
Okay, try again. What does... Okay, what does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
Keep going, Steve.
Yes.
You're almost at the 2-hour mark.
Yes. 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 What are you? Yes. What? Why are you crying? What are you crying for?
What does it?
What are you crying? What are you crying for?
What does it?
What are you crying for?
Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
Okay, what does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Yes.
God fucking damn it! This animation is sustaining me. Like it's giving me life.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Very creepy. What? What are you for? What are you? What are you? What are you? What are you crying for?
Hmm. Actually, I should probably move the finger as well. Yeah.
What are you? What are you crying? What are you crying for?
What does
Yes. What are you crying?
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for? What are you what? What are you crying? What are you crying? What are you crying for?
What does it,
What are you crying for?
what does it,
What are you crying for?
what does it,
What are you crying for? What are you crying for?
what does it,
What are you crying? What are you? What are you? What are you crying? What are you? Crying for what? What are you crying for? Crying. What are you crying for? What are you crying for? What are you crying for? What are you crying for?
what, yes,
Yes. What are you crying for? What are you crying for? What are you crying for? for? What are you crying for? For.
Oh, that's the knee, right?
For. What? Yes. What are you crying for? Yes. What are you crying for?
What does
What are you crying for?
what does what does
For.
what does
Crying. What are you crying for?
what does what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does
What are you doing? What are you crying for?
what does
Crying for.
what does it
Do.
YES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it what does it
God damn it.
Okay, what does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it
So here, I'm gonna have her, like, move forward, move down, and start hugging. Yeah, the front's fine. Her hair is in the way, so let me just see if I can remove her hair for a sec. Nope. Well, I can remove her hair, but I need to do it through this way. Baba booey. Get the good old love headbutt. There we go. Alright, so what does she look like with her hair on? Yeah, that's alright.
What do you do?
Okay, try again. What does it?
What do you do?
Okay, try. What does it?
What do you do? What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay.
Damn it, I did the thing I wasn't meant to.
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay. Try.
What do you do? What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay. This.
What do you do?
Okay. Try.
What do you do?
Okay. Try.
What do you do?
Okay. Try.
What do you do?
Okay.
God damn it! This is giving me life. All right. So next up on my list is to animate Bright Max motions up until the what do you do? So I can see what he's doing. And that's gonna have to be in the next stream because I'm quite creatively drained at the moment. But of course, this animation is giving me life. I'm turning my creativity energy into pure life energy. So let's have a look at what I've done so far in this stream. So let's give it a look. I'm gonna make pear butter not bold anymore. Yeah.
Okay. What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it...
What do you do?
Okay, try again.
What do you do?
Okay, try again.
Gives me life. Gives me life.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What is happening?
What does YES spell?
Yes.
What does EYES spell?
Yes. What are you crying for?
What does it...
What do you do?
Okay,
I especially like the
Yes.
The-
What are you crying
the-
for?
what does it...
the what does it?
For?
What does it...
What do you do?
Okay, try...
All right. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me on this stream here. I will see you in about 8 days. Definitely check out the Discord channel. Definitely test out the Discord because I will post a link to the YouTube video which will tell you what day and what time for you my next live stream will be at. So definitely catch me for that one, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for joining me if you did today. Otherwise, again, I'm so happy with where this is going. Like, oh my god, oh my god. Alright, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, good luck. Bye-bye. Fuck, it's been a while since I've said that, eh?